Good morning, market snipers. Welcome back. This is Jesse getting started right on 9 a.m. Barely again, 2 days in a row. Barely getting going right at 9 a.m. Got a lot going on over here. And try to still shake off all the holiday rust, right? We still have some holiday rust lingering, but we're here. We're on our second consecutive live stream after breaking our 75 consecutive live streams, right? So we missed one day. We missed the day after Christmas, and we were traveling back from Arizona, so it was a good excuse, right? So we missed it, and I didn't want to go live in the afternoon because it seems like the streak would have been broke anyways. But if you're new to the channel, awesome, welcome. And in the first 15, 30 minutes, we're going to go through as many charts as possible. As you can see in the right side of my screen, it's all red today, right? It was really green yesterday. Everything was really pumping yesterday. But we're going to jump into it. This is the Bitcoin chart. And then if you're around for the second half of the live stream, the last 15 to 30 minutes, we can answer questions. And then, of course, if you have any requests, just make sure to put in the ticker symbol, the crypto symbol, the stock symbol, Forex, whatever it is, and we'll definitely get to it. And the earlier you are on putting your comments in, the more likely we'll chart your request for you. So if you're doing it at the last minute, we may run out of steam energy-wise, and we may not be able to get to it after all. So make sure to put it in early, and we'll get going from there. Welcome back, Javier. Early bird gets the worm. Javier, the first one in the comments at 8:37 a.m. Javier was early at 8:37 a.m. He wins. I'll be on the replay crew today, but came to drop my like. Awesome, Javier. Whether you're early or late or everything in between, it's all good. We'll be here. Aldo Olson, happy holidays. Thanks, Aldo. Happy holidays to you. Can we look at K-Web stock today? Sure. We'll take a look at it. We'll circle back. West City Morning Snipers, happy holidays. Jeff Lowe is early. Jeff Lowe, right at 9 a.m. He's probably always early. Jeff's probably always early. I was just giving him a hard time yesterday for putting in the request at 9:51, but we'll take his word for it that the previous request was early and that we didn't get to it his previous request. So if so, apologize for that, Jeff Lowe, but we got you yesterday. So welcome back. Caesar, good afternoon. Welcome back. Gert Jan, good evening. Good evening, Gert Jan. This is Bitcoin, right? So quick recap. We'll do a quick recap. And Myrna, good morning. Good morning, Myrna. Welcome back. Quick recap. Price is getting oversold in Bitcoin. This is the daily chart. Was getting oversold. There's bullish divergence. We called it out. There was a reverse candle, a higher low, and then that last buy signal at 27,141 was the last buy signal, right? So the last buy signal on October 15th, we haven't even seen a sell signal since October 11th on the daily chart. Since then, price was overbought. There was even a reverse candle along the way. There was bearish divergence all through here. It was never cleared, right? And then additional bearish divergence still has not been cleared all the way from back here, October 25th, going all the way up to here. If we look at it, the indicator is picking it up all the way from October 25th all the way to December 5th, right? And then even a little bit more bearish divergence here that the indicator is not picking up, just very little bit right there, just very little bit. Doesn't even make sense, but we'll keep going with it, right? And then is this a possible lower high, right? We talked about this as being a possible lower high, but not being confirmed. We talked about, would this be a possible lower high, but not confirmed? And then after all of these wicks, we're talking about, hey, if it breaks out past 37,800-ish with the daily candle close, which it did on December 1st, then we're looking for higher prices, right? So we still have a fourth longer-term target around 48,000 that we have not hit yet, and we'll put that target on here in a second. We're just doing a quick recap. And then we have a lower target if price is going to start breaking down. If we're going to get a sell signal on the daily chart, which we don't have yet, it's just kind of trending that way. We still have, probably we still have some time before the daily candle close, so it's obviously it could reverse back around. Myrna, can you check Tilray or Neo, please? Sure. Well, we can check Tilray. We can check it out for you. So if we're looking at it, it is back below the trailing dots, right? It does look like a possible lower high, not confirmed yet. And RSI is trending downward, and RSI has bearish divergence still. There was a MACD bearish crossover again back here on December 12th, still trending down as well. Still in bullish territory above the zero line, but still trending down, right? So that's something we keep an eye on. And this bearish divergence hasn't been cleared yet. So those are all things. Now, if we look at the weekly chart, which is a lagging indicator, it's still ultra bullish, right? So we're not convinced that we're going to go for sure back down, from that 35,000 to 30,000 range that we're going to take a look at. Could just be consolidating sideways, kind of letting the trending dots catch up. But also the trending dots are back down here below 36,700-ish as well. So that kind of lines up with the daily chart. So we'll find out. First, before we jump on all the targets on the daily chart, we do have another pending sell signal on the daily chart. On the 12-hour chart, RSI is bearish, right? If you go even lower time frames, 8-hour chart already had a sell signal, right? This was looking like a lower high on the 8-hour chart. Is this another lower high on the 8-hour chart? Too early to say. You can start faking yourself out the lower the time frame you go. So we'll stick on the daily chart, but just want to take a quick peek at the 12-hour and the 8-hour chart as well. So the daily chart, will it have a pending sell signal in the near future? And if so, this is what we'd be kind of looking at for a confluence area. There's a big confluence area down here. And of course, if it doesn't break down and doesn't confirm the lower high with the sell signal and all that stuff, right? If it doesn't, then we still have this fourth longer term target before the halving. So the halving is still estimated around April 18th, 2024. I haven't looked at it recently. I haven't looked at it in like a week or a week and a half, so I'll have to take a look at it. But the last few times I looked at it, it was estimated for April 18th. And so we're still at either scenario 1 or scenario 2, where, and we talked about this on previous videos, right? We talked about it back here on December 8th, roughly. Could have come out like this, take out this target here, do something like this, and then come back down before the next halving, right? That was kind of like scenario 1. And then, of course, scenario 2, could have come up, put in a lower high, come back down before like this, and then come out. Both scenarios are buy the dip scenarios, right? So both scenarios are the buy the dip scenario. We're not talking about $1 million Bitcoin. We're not talking about Bitcoin going to zero. We're not talking about $100,000 Bitcoin by the end of 2023. We're not talking about $10,000 Bitcoin before the end of 2023, right? So many experts and influencers out there. Johnny C, good morning, Johnny C. Welcome back. We're not talking about those. We're talking about the next possible buy the dip scenario. And corrections are healthy. This has been a monster move since that last buy signal, all the way from buy signal to the wick, 64%. We expect corrections along the way. For Bitcoin, we expect 20, 30% plus corrections, right? So even from here, this wick down to say the edge of it is about 21%. If it was a little bit deeper, probably getting around 30%, even if it came close to the 200-week moving average, wherever that is, possibly 20 to 30%, right? And if it goes higher, then we're still looking at, possible 30, wherever that correction is, 30%, 35%. So that's what we're still watching and letting it play out on Bitcoin. We drew these scenarios out already. We drew it out here a couple weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, and here we are still waiting patiently for the move to happen, whether it's another quick move up with additional bearish divergence before this next move down here, or if it just has a sell signal and starts to break back down, confirms the lower high, takes out this pivot low here at about $41,000. Then we're going to jump to, hey, the probabilities are stacking that we're coming down here first, find support around these target areas, and then that would be the next buy the dip scenario. Wherever it is, whatever the price is, we'll be ready for it, right? We will be ready for it. And that would be the last possible buy the dip scenario before what I would call the full bull run, right? And so if we're expecting 20 to 30, possibly even 40% pullbacks along the way, and assuming we get another bull run, then we would be expecting crypto assets that have pumped 100, 200, 300% to have 40, 50, 60 plus percent pullbacks, while Bitcoin is having about 20, 30, 40%. So that's what we're looking at. Good morning, Sniper Kings and Queens. G Rod, welcome back. Awesome. Good to see you here. So that's what we're kind of still watching and waiting for. Is scenario 1 or scenario 2 going to play out? Both of them end up with a lower price point for the next possible buy the dip scenario. Also, if we look at the halving tracker over here, right? The halving tracker, we'll just take a quick check at it over here. 318 days. Well, it looks like it's 319 days. They posted 300. They've been posting 318 days, so we don't even know what it is anymore. We don't even know what it is. I thought it was 1,318 days yesterday, but it looks like they keep posting the same thing. So again, here we are, just after the 1,300 days over here, right? Just after the 1,300 days, possible double top, right? And then a lower high over here. So that's what we're kind of still watching. Was the peak in possible? We'll put in a lower high, like similar in the past over here. We'll see. We'll find out. It's interesting because previous cycles are kind of lining up very similarly, and that's what we're watching over here. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance is ultra bearish on the daily chart, right? Hit all these lower targets, had bearish divergence, had a reversal candle, had a lower high, right? This is what we're talking about. Bearish divergence, reverse candle, and a lower high. And the price comes down and hits 4 shorter term targets to the downside. Is Bitcoin dominance, which we've been talking about and covering, kind of leading the way? It's possible. It's possible. So bearish divergence, reverse candle, lower high, came down, hit 4 targets to the downside. Let's see, just kind of take a quick look at it. 7.82%. 200-week moving average is still trending downward, right? Let's take a look at Ethereum. It's pretty much flat today. It was breaking out yesterday to the upside, put it in a higher high. So it's possible it continues to move up. We were kind of showing it. The ETH versus BTC was breaking out with a pending buy signal. So is it Ethereum's time to shine right now while Bitcoin continues to consolidate sideways? Is it Ethereum time to come out up to this longer term target up here around 2,800? We'll see. We'll find out. Let's take a look at Ethereum BTC while we're at it over here. So it had a pending buy signal yesterday on the live stream, right? And then it turned into a buy signal. So when we were on the live stream, it was still a pending buy signal. And now we've got some follow through to the upside. So Ethereum is more bullish than Bitcoin is as of right now. And it came back up and retested the 200-week moving average, even on Ethereum versus BTC. So you had this big consolidation to the downside. It broke out with the pending buy signal. And so that's what we're kind of looking at on Ethereum versus BTC as of right now. Also, XRP was looking interesting as well yesterday. We're talking about it. This is XRP versus Bitcoin. There's no buy signal yet on XRP versus Bitcoin, but it got back above the trending dots. There's a green trending dot as of right now. It's starting to look like a possibility that it could start to flip bullish XRP versus Bitcoin. So it's something that was interesting versus like all the other ones. They already had breakouts, like Sol versus BTC broke out, right? Chainlink versus BTC broke out. AVAX versus BTC. Doge has not. It kind of did back there, and Cardano did as well, right? So those were all consolidations and breakouts that we talked about for Cardano versus BTC. So it is interesting that we do have XRP versus BTC has not broken out to the upside, right? And then you've got ETH versus BTC was in this big correction and is breaking out. So is it time for Ethereum and XRP to have a bigger run to the upside versus compared to Bitcoin? So couple charts I wanted to point out that was looking interesting was Ethereum and XRP versus BTC. Woo! Trying to get the words out of my mouth today. Still in a little bit of a fog, but I'm shaking off the rust. Don't worry, I'm shaking off the rust. Ollie, good morning. Welcome back. So that's where we're at there. So Ethereum, bullish on the daily chart, bullish on the weekly chart. Looks like it's breaking out to the upside, right? After this consolidation. It was closed ultra bullish at about 2,300. Went through a little bit of a consolidation, and now is breaking up to the upside. We could probably put it on a question mark up here. Is price going to come back up into 2,800? Possible, right? So that's what we're kind of watching right now is will price come up like this? And it is breaking out versus Bitcoin on the daily chart. A little bit flat today at 0.15%, while Bitcoin is down 2%. So that's what we're kind of watching today. Sand down. It was bullish on the weekly chart. It still is bullish. Big wick as of right now. It was all the way up to 68 cents on sand, down 3.9% today, but it's still bullish on the weekly chart, right? And we do have longer term targets to the upside. And so that's what we're kind of still watching out on sand. Near, still currently ultra bullish on the weekly chart. Big wick as of right now. And one longer term target has been hit so far on the weekly chart. DOT still continue to be ultra bullish on the weekly chart. Big wick down as of right now. The week isn't over as of yet, but big wick down so far. Longer term target one hasn't even been hit yet. Chainlink bullish on the weekly chart. Looks like it found support at the 200-week moving average. Price was all the way up at $17.60. It's currently at $16. So it'll be interesting. Will it close back above this pivot point here on the weekly chart at $16.35? We don't know yet. Could create a big wick. We don't know. But if it does close back above, that is a bullish milestone there on Chainlink. Solana, still ultra bullish on the weekly chart. Came all the way up to $126. Currently back down to $100 as of right now. Kind of letting the trending dots catch up, letting the moving averages catch up. Even if it did, right? Even if it did, that is a big retracement down, right? Currently down 24%. If it let all the trending dots kind of catch back up, that could be a 50% correction, right? So even when it's still bullish uptrend, it could have 20, 30, 40, 50, 60% pullbacks along the way. It is ultra bullish on Solana, and it's already had a correction of 23%, right? So all things to consider. So if you're getting in late, fear of missing out, you're probably going to have to hold through some pain, or you'll jump. If you jumped in late, you'll probably jump out early. And then what happens is you take losses instead of gains. If you get in early when everyone else is fearful back here below 30 cents, then you're holding a position that's up, 2-3x already, right? So then the swings aren't as concerning, and you're kind of watching and holding it based off of the higher time frames, knowing that it's a possibility that longer term target one gets hit, possibility longer term target two gets hit, etc., etc. Matic is still bullish on the weekly chart after a shorter term correction down to the downside. It was about a 30% correction, right? So if we drop down the daily chart and hit three out of the four targets to the downside. So if you look back here, this correction here from this wick down to here, it was almost 27% correction from there. And then you look from this wick down to this wick here is about 20%. So 27% pullback, 20% pullback, and then boom, up to the upside. Took off to the upside, found support at target 3, never hit target 4 down here. I removed it. We'll just leave these on for now. And then you got this longer term target 1. It's broken through it. It's consolidating, kind of let the trending dots catch up. We got higher, longer term targets up here to the upside. So that's what we're still continuing to watch on Matic as well. Mana, still bullish on the weekly chart. It's kind of consolidating, kind of letting the trending dots catch up. Big wick down so far. Went all the way up to 60 cents, but currently still bullish as of right now. On to the Bitcoin miners. It was pumping hard yesterday. A lot of these were 10, 15, 20% movers yesterday, right? To the upside. So, of course, there's going to be some retracements along the way, right? Still ultra bullish Bitfarm on the weekly chart, still ultra bullish on the daily chart, kind of letting the trending dots catch up. It was all the way up at $3.57 yesterday, down a little bit today, 4.42%. Hut, massive move yesterday, all the way up to $18.50. Went above the 200-week moving average, hit the 200-week moving average, went above it, and that's why we have that big check mark. We've had a question mark on that for a long time, and we've been watching, waiting. Ever since it hit it back here, fell back below, we are wondering and asking the question, would it come back and retest the 200-week moving average? It has. Will it regain it? One thing that is interesting, G-Rod, would love to check out Neo. Okay, yeah, we've got Myrna asking for it as well, so we can take a look at Neo. We got 2 requests on it now, so we'll take a look at it for Myrna and G-Rod over there. So one thing that's interesting on Hut, doesn't mean it's going to play out similarly. Here I am on my 1.5 Celsius again. We got 1.5 Celsius again. The straw, we got the straw today to drink it faster. It's all about efficiency, right? We got to drink the caffeine and the Celsius faster. I've already had one, right? Typically, I only have one. Yesterday, I had 2. Today, I'm weaning myself off. We're going to plan on having 1.5. We're at about 1.25 today. Celsius. This is not sponsored by Celsius. I don't have any affiliate links whatsoever, not even for Celsius. But we do drink it. It's supposed to be a healthier version than coffee. We talked about it yesterday in the live stream. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole again. We're not going to go on that rant again. So Hut. So let's take a look at Bitfarm. When Bitfarm hit the 200-week moving average, it went above, came all the way back down, and it was a pretty big retracement, right? Doesn't mean it's going to happen very similar again, but there's been a lot of similarities to Hut versus Bitfarm, right? So a 17% correction after a monster move up, came back down, a little bit different, right? But there are some similarities. Went all the way back above, and then Bitfarm went down 17%. Here it is, about 16%. So will Hut be similar to Bitfarm and have a similar move above the 200, come back down 16, 17% retracement, and then continue back up to the upside, right? It's possible. Doesn't mean it's going to be a guarantee, but it's possible. The Hut weekly chart is still bullish, right? Take that off. The Hut weekly chart is still bullish. Did wick up there for now. Bitfarm, right? It was ultra bullish. So there are some differences as well. Was ultra bullish, came back down, wicked below it, and then took off to the upside. So Bitfarm still ultra bullish on the weekly chart. Hut still bullish. Hive still bullish. Hasn't even retested the 200-week moving average. We put this out way back here when price was at $3.10 roughly, right? Even before the buy signal back here at about 315-ish, right? We had the question mark here. Hive hasn't hit the 200-week moving average yet. It has not retested the 200-week moving average yet. It had hit it and retested it back here in July 2023. Will it retest it? Will it regain it? Like similar Bitcoin mining stocks is possible. CLSK, Clean Spark, right? Another similarity, hit the 200-week moving average, consolidated for about a week, and then took off to the upside, right? So it's possible that Hive and Hut does something similar to CLSK versus Bitfarm. But in my opinion, Hut is acting a little bit more similar to Bitfarm. So we'll see how it plays out. They could always play out differently as well. Like I said, it's never a guarantee. None of this is financial advice. always do your own research, and hopefully that you get a little bit of entertainment out of this as well. So, what are you saying, G-Rod? Try out the clean brand caffeine drinks, similar to Celsius, but better tasting, in my opinion. About same caffeine. Oh, clean? Oh, I'll have to take a look at it. What's the price point on it? Got to keep that in mind as well. Celsius is a little on more of the expensive side, but the wife is pretty good at finding deals on Amazon. Instead of paying $2 a can, she's finding deals for a little over $1 a can, and buying it at about 5 cases at a time over here. So 5 cases at a time, clean. We'll have to take a look at it, but better tasting too. Okay, yeah, I don't like the sparkling. So the Celsius I get is mango peach and is the non-sparkling. So I kind of like it. So, anyways, but I'll have to take a look at it. It is better tasting. Maybe try one out. Marathon Digital, still ultra bullish on the daily chart, still ultra bullish on the weekly chart. So that's what we're kind of watching. They're all looking very similar. Riot, still bullish on the weekly chart. MIGI, I'm already seeing in the comments. I literally just posted it one day, right? I posted one chart on MIGI weekly chart, and it was up 46% today. And obviously, even though I say don't copy trade me, even though I say this is not financial advice, even though I post a chart, sounds like, and by the way, this is the first time ever posting it yesterday because Curtis, who was on the live stream, requested it. And so we just started posting it yesterday. And someone probably bought at the top yesterday, and they're already asking the question, well, is this just a short-term pullback, right? I don't know. It was up 46% today. What do you think, right? If something pumps 46% in a day, would you expect a pullback the next day, possibly, right? Or do you expect another 46% the next day, right? And the next day. I mean, it's always possible, but we do have, if you're looking at it from a longer term standpoint, it is possible that it comes back up and retests the 200-week moving average. If it did, that'd be insane, right? That'd be insane, right? So that's what it is, 400 something percent all the way to the 200-week moving average. Doesn't mean it will. Hasn't retested it since November 2021. It's possible, right? Tested November 2021. Hasn't posted it yet. It is still ultra bullish as of right now. But yeah, if you jumped in yesterday, you're probably upside down, right? Because it was up 46% and it's pulled back 14% since then. If you look at the daily chart, still ultra bullish as of right now. But that was a massive move yesterday. So kind of letting the trending dots catch up. We'll see how it goes. Let the moving averages catch up. That's MIGI, aka Boston Infrastructure Group. NASDAQ, not much to report. We put this out way back here, right? We drew this trend line out. Still trending, still on this upward trend. It's not pumping though. It's still ultra bullish on the daily chart. It's still ultra bullish on the weekly chart, but it's not pumping hard, right? But I put this arrow back out up here, right? Actually, I put it back here when it flipped from ultra bullish just to bullish and then back to ultra bullish, right? So it's kind of battling it. It's still above the trending dots. It's still above the trend line. It's still ultra bullish on the daily and the weekly chart. So it's not a short for me. People will probably be picking tops back here. People will probably be picking tops back here, picking tops all the way back here. Starting to see the perma bears start to come out already, right? They didn't post for a month. Here they are posting again. They're posting back here. Didn't happen. They probably got wrecked, right? And then a month later, or whatever that was, yeah, about a month later, here they are posting again. Probably picking tops again. They're picking tops back here, trying to pick tops again here. They've got all the reasons why. We're just seeing that, hey, it's still in this uptrend until it's not, right? Still in an uptrend until it's not. And we wait for I wait for higher probability reversals, right? I'm not in the business of picking tops. I'll point out bearish divergence. Maybe if I'm on a really lower time frame, it could be a short and I do a counter trade. But this is any shorts as of right now is still a counter trade, right? And with the larger positions of the account, I trade with the trend. If it's in a bear market, I short the bounces. If it's in a bull run, in a bull market, then I buy the dips, right? But it doesn't mean I won't take counter trades based off of shorter time frames and stuff like that. But I typically trade with the trend, and it's still in an upward trend as of right now, even though it's starting to look not only ultra bullish, aka overbought. So that's where I still continue to watch over here. What's your thoughts on Ethereum Classic ETC? We can take a look at it, see your art. We'll look at it. Babster, good morning, members. Good morning, Babster. Welcome back. Curtis, does inflation of supply on some of the coin stocks make a difference on targets on getting back to those levels? Was probably, I'm not really sure what does the inflation of supply or is price action independent versus market cap? Not really sure. Maybe you can clarify what you're talking about. I'm purely looking at price, and I'm purely looking at relative strength index for the most part, right? So those are the two things that I'm continuing to look at on the charts. But maybe you can clarify what you're talking about, Curtis. One example is Filecoin, where the price is much lower than last cycle high, but market cap isn't that far off. Oh, I see what you're saying. Curtis Hawkins, you talking about the funding rates and stuff? No, I don't think he's talking about that. Where the price is much lower than last cycle high, but market cap isn't that far off. Oh, yeah. I mean, who knows with each individual coin, right? If they're printing coins out of thin air, that would be something that would be like inflation, right? Just like if the US continues to print money, right? So yeah, that could impact stuff, but I'm not trading Filecoin, so I'm not really sure. And if they are printing more, yeah, that could play a factor. So, but yeah, I just stay focused on the actual swing trades that I'm doing based off of it. But that would be something to pay attention to if they're printing more file coins out of thin air, right? You got it. Yep, you got it. All right, let's keep going. So that's the Nasdaq futures, pretty much flat today, 0.03%, right? Flat on SP 500, literally flat, literally flat, 0%, right? 0% on SP 500 futures. Dow Jones, flat, flat, flat. Dollar was ultra bearish, right? Was ultra bearish. Is it going to flip back around? I don't know. It's still bearish as of right now, right? Still bearish as of right now. Still in the downtrend as of right now. Weekly chart is still bearish on the weekly chart as of right now. Remember, this fourth target was never hit. This longer term fourth target to the downside was never hit. 3 of the 4 targets were hit to the downside. And then on this retracement down here, it went through the fourth target, the fourth shorter term target to the downside. We'll just take those off just for visual purposes. But 4 of the 4 shorter term targets to the downside was hit. This one was never hit, and this one was never hit down here. Still have the 200-week moving average right down here, right around the fourth target at $98.90. We will see what happens. It's possible it puts in a higher low, or it's possible it comes down and puts in a lower low, right? And this would be a lower high. So we'll kind of see. It is bearish on the daily and the weekly chart as of right now. U.S. 10-year yields doesn't look like it's finding support at the fourth shorter-term target as of right now. We talked about it. We covered it all the way from back here. We talked about bearish divergence, talked about a lower high, right? Never hit this longer-term target up here in the 5%. We talked about the bearish divergence, lower high, sell signal, and it's been bearish ever since on the 10-year yield. VIX, flat today, right? Spiked up above here. Could it find support? Could it put in a higher low? It's possible, right? This could be a low, could be a higher low. We're just going to keep an eye on it. Not much to report as of right now. There are green trending dots though, right? There are green trending dots. We'll continue to watch it. It's back below the trending dots though, so we'll like I said, we'll continue to watch it. Let's look over here at gold. Still bullish on the daily chart, right? Possible bearish divergence, but still bullish on the daily chart, still bullish on the weekly chart. So we'll see. Came all the way back down to the trending dots. Trending dots are still trending upward as well. So we'll continue to watch it. If it closes back above this pivot point here, that is a bullish milestone. So pretty much flat today at 0.08%, but still bullish on the weekly chart overall. Probably the same on gold, silver as well. I looked at it this morning, pretty much similar. Let's take a look at PayPal. This was on the newsletter, right? Bullish divergence for a long time. Bullish divergence for a long time, up 1.29%. Put in the newsletter, there's a buy signal at $61.31 based off the weekly chart. Here we are at $63.49. Looks like there's going to be follow through to the upside. We have a gap at $72.55, right? And of course, the 200-week moving average has not been retested all the way since January 2022, right? We're going on almost 2 years. Just think about that for a second. If we drop down the daily chart, when was it retested, right? Big gap down up here too. I forgot about that gap. Woo, look at that gap. Look at that gap. All right, here we go. No. Let me take that off. Let me take that off. All right, from here, right? Let's put on a gap. Let's put on the gap. Let's change it to the gap over here. PayPal over here. Boom. And then that's my gap line. The yellow dotted line is my gap line. Let's measure it out. From this wick here to here, about 18% gap. So that's another massive gap up there above the 200-week moving average at 170. And you've got more gaps here. Not sure if that's a large gap as well. It's really gappy, right? So another 6% gap. It's not a gap to write home to mom about and let her know, but it's still a 6% gap all the way up there. Could probably add it there at 226, but we've had this long-term bear market for PayPal, right? Long-term bear market. We had bearish divergence. We had a reversal candle. We had a lower high in the weekly chart. So on a macro standpoint, from this massive move, this massive run, we had bearish divergence. We had a reverse candle. We had a lower high. And then we had a huge drop for PayPal, right? So from the all-time high, and we covered this on the newsletter, right? We covered it all the way to that low, almost 84% off. And then we went through this bottoming phase with bullish divergence, right? And then now it looks like we're breaking out of this down. We broke out of this downward trend line. We had a buy signal right on it. And then it looks like it's having some follow through to the upside. So if you kind of look at this and zoom out on the weekly chart, we've got a gap here at $72. We got the 200-week moving average, hasn't been retested for 2 years. Hasn't been retested in 2 years. That's insane. We have a 18% gap at 170. So I could probably map out additional targets along the way as well. But those are 3 major reasons why we could see higher prices. And we put out this arrow back here. We put this arrow out back here. And here we are at $63.40. We're up at 1.2% today. Teladoc had a buy signal last week as well. Looks like we're starting to get some follow through to the upside. Also had bullish divergence. Got some longer term targets. Also hasn't retested 200-week moving average since November 2021, right? A lot of similarities. So currently looks pretty flat today, 0.18%, but bullish on the weekly chart. The long-term bullish divergence, a lot of similarity is PayPal. This could be near the bottoms, right? So it's possible, right? It's possible. Let's keep going. Tilray, we had a request there, right? Could have had a macro low, could have had a possible macro slightly higher low. Myrna, we could have a possible higher low, right? So that's Tilray. That's what we're looking at here. Had a weekly candle close back above the trading dots. Had a buy signal here at about $2.19. Hasn't retested the 200-week moving average in forever, right? The 200-week moving average is at $7.47 currently. Let's see. Let's zoom out here. When is the last time? Uh, Probably since back up in here, right? Probably up at like $33. So probably looking at February 2021. What hasn't even been around long enough to have it, but if you kind of like eyeball test it out, it's been below it for a long time, right? So you got the all-time highs up here at 300. Probably have the 200-week moving average back up here, right? So doesn't mean it's going to go to all-time highs. Doesn't mean it's going to retest $67, right? But it could possibly retest the 200-week moving average, right? It could possibly have found uh, a macro bottom for now, right? It is still currently bullish on the weekly chart, and the daily chart is just flipped ultra bullish today. So, uh, could it break through retracements here like $2.50, flip these resistance into support, and then continue and take out this pivot here? That's possible, right? So you got these highs, these 2023 highs. Could it take out the 2023 highs? It's possible. And if it does take out the 2023 highs, then you can start talking about higher price targets from there. As of right now, ultra bullish on the daily chart, bullish on the weekly chart. Hope that helps, Myrna. Uh, in since 222, awesome. In since 222. Let's see, 222. Yeah, okay. I mean, I guess so. 222. Let's look at the weekly chart. Even the weekly chart, it's pretty close to the weekly chart. So maybe it's a longer term buy and hold for you, right? $2.19 was the weekly chart buy signal, and the daily chart was before that, right? So you got the daily chart. Just as swing traders, I'm naturally going to try to get in earlier, right? You got a buy signal at $1.91, so 222 is up in this range, so probably could work out for you. So just keep that in mind. Probably got targets, probably eyeball test target 1, probably target 2, target 3, target 4, right? So if you're looking for a longer term play, it's already hit 2 of the 4 shorter term targets. You would need something like this to happen where it comes up, takes this resistance, and then flips it into support, right? So that's how it would kind of play out if it was going to go higher prices, and it would take out this area here, right? So if not, it's already hit target 1, to probably target 2, probably hasn't hit target 3 yet. You would need it to break through it and then flip resistance to support, let the training dots kind of catch up, right? And then come back down and go like that. So that would be kind of your longer term play if it works out like that. I hope it does work out for you. I'm not in Tilray myself. Yep, looking to at least test the 200 EMA. Okay, is that the 200 week or the 200 day, right? 200 week or 200 day. If it's 200 week, that'd be a massive move. That'd be a massive move. Hope that helps. Another possible MIG mover that has Wolf. I've taken Wolf. If you have time, take a look at it. LTCN crashed today. Any thoughts? Still bullish? I mean, it pumped yesterday. It pulls back the next day, right? So each day is going to be bullish or bearish, right? Tesla John. So, if it's going to be a daily thing, if it pumped hard one day, 10, 15%, whatever it was, I think we looked at it yesterday, and there's a retracement, so just keep that in mind. But Bitcoin could be breaking down as well. So we'll see. Thank you. I had similar thoughts as you. Awesome. Awesome, Myrna. Yeah, you longtime sniper, Myrna. I mean, you probably gonna have similar thoughts to me, longtime sniper over there, and I'm glad you're having similar thoughts, because then we're kind of looking at similar things, and you can make your own decisions and get in and get out, and don't forget to take profits along the way, right? So, yeah, hopefully you're learning from me, and you're treating this like a business and not a get rich quick and going all in on Tilray, right? But it could change your life. But also, if you're just taking, not going all in, then you're not too worried about it, right? Already took small profits. Yeah, I mean, if you're taking profits along the way, you're treating it like a business, then Uh, that's good, right? Small. Yep. There you go. All right. Great. Let's see. Let's circle back here. Let's keep going. Let's take a look at a few more, see if anything else pops out, and then we'll circle back and take a look at it. Rivian still bullish after that breakout. Let's take a look at the weekly chart. Still bullish on the weekly chart for Rivian over there. Not much to report. Let's take a look at the Magnificent Seven. Let's flip over to there. Magnificent Seven. NVIDIA still challenging all-time highs. Still challenging 2023 highs, right? Still bullish on the weekly chart as of now. Meta still ultra bullish. Still coming up to possibly challenge all-time highs from 2021, right? Amazon still currently ultra bullish as of right now, consolidating sideways a little bit. Microsoft still ultra bullish, consolidating sideways after that move up, challenging all-time highs still. Tesla still currently bullish on the weekly chart after that breakout back here from that downward trend line at 249. Still bullish on the weekly chart, even though it's down 0.71%. Apple, I don't know. Apple still currently bullish on the weekly chart. But is it putting in bearish divergence, right? Is that bearish divergence on the weekly chart? It's possible. It could remain diverged and only hit two of the four retracement targets. Got pretty close. Got in between the third and the second target on Apple. Kind of flat today, 0.41%. Google, still bullish on the weekly chart. Big move out. We talked about this. That was the breakout, right? That was another breakout. So still bullish on the weekly chart. Hit 3 of the 4 targets to the downside. Never hit that 4th target down there. And then just came up and made another 2023 high, right? Made another 2023 high. Still bullish on the daily and the weekly chart. Not much to report there. Let's flip back over. Let's see. What else? Silver. Still currently bullish on the daily chart. Not much to report there. Still bullish on the weekly chart. ARC, still bullish on the weekly chart, right? Talked about the low, talked about a possible higher low. Reverse candle, starting to break back around. Hasn't retested the 200-week moving average February 2022, right? So that's ARC. You got LTCN. Yeah, maybe you need to zoom out or just have your plan in place, Tesla John, because it's, if you're looking at it every single daily candle or the 1 hour daily candle, you just have to know what your plan of attack is. If you're looking at the weekly chart, it's still ultra bullish. Yeah, it created a wick up here at $18, right? Still ultra bullish on the weekly chart. Still ultra bullish on the daily chart. And you can see it's like, if you're going to get caught up in all the wicks, right, you just have to know what your overall plan is because, that was a massive move, right? That was a massive move from $5, right? From that buy signal all the way up, 270% move. So each candle, right, you could play it, came all the way down 27% in one candle. So, it's like catching lightning in a bottle. Did you catch lightning in a bottle, right? It came all the way back down and then it's pushing back up. So, it's ultra bullish. It crashes down. It's ultra bullish, crashes down. Like it's flipping back and forth. So, yep. Not just one, then 20% pullback today, 20%. Yep. You got it. So, yeah, I mean, you have to know what your time frame is and then just decide what your plan of attack, what your take profit is, what your overall plan of attack is. And if you're doing it based off the higher time frames, then you probably want to stay off the lower time frames and try to capture 80% of the move once there's a reversal on the weekly chart. So otherwise, the daily chart, you're going to be in and out of it most likely, and you're going to be getting in up here, getting out down here, getting back in again, right? It's not how the candle starts. It's how the candle closes. There we go. So created a wick down here, pushing higher as of right now. We'll see how it closes after that. What else? What else do we have? Okay, let's go back through. Can we look at Aldo? Can we look at KWeb stock today? Sure. Let's take a look at KWeb stock. KWeb. KWeb. Okay. Still currently bearish on the daily chart. Big wick down here. Possible double bottom, right? Kind of look at it. Possible double bottom. Still currently bearish on the daily chart, but could be may have found the bottom. May have found the bottom twice, right? Let's take a look at the weekly chart. Still bearish on the weekly chart. This could be the low back here at $18. Could be a higher low. And it just could be finding support right around here. Still currently bearish on the weekly chart as well. Hasn't tested the 200-week moving average in a very long time. Currently up there at, what is it, about $45. Current price is $26. Big retracement down from $104. So that's a big move down from Crane Shares CSI China Internet ETF, right? I don't know what you're trading out there, but Crane Shares CSI China Internet ETF down big, right? From that all-time high at 104 all the way down there, almost 84% off from the wick to wick. And now here you are right here. So it's possible it could see a pending buy signal in the near future, right? It is possible. I don't see any bullish divergence though. So if you get a candle close back above the trailing dots, and then if you get another buy signal, it's possible. If you're looking at it from like probabilities, right? Let's see. Let's take a look at it like that. That's a downward trend line. Maybe start to look at more aggressive trend lines like that. So you start getting back above the trending dots, start getting back above these downward trend lines, right? And you start to get buy signals, probably higher probabilities back above there. And about that time, you probably start to see the weekly chart have a pending buy signal as well. So if you're looking for higher probabilities, you're probably looking for something like that. Because if you're looking at more like that, the weekly chart's probably starting to flip back around. The daily chart's starting to flip back around. So that's what you're probably kind of watching, something like that, right? And then that would be kind of like more of a breakout, possible another higher low, right? Kind of all lines up. If it kind of breaks up like that, gets a buy signal, maybe comes back down, puts in a higher low, and then comes out like that. So possibly KWeb could make a move like that. Who knows? We'll see. Still bearish on the daily, still bearish on the weekly chart, but showing signs of flipping around. And then that would be like your higher probabilities of a reversal over there. Hope that helps, Aldo. Let's see what else. What else? Good morning. Good afternoon. Neo. Okay, let's look at Neo. We got a couple requests on that for Neo stock, right? Neo, there you are. Still bullish on the daily chart. Hasn't retested 200-week moving average since September 2022. Still bullish on the daily chart. Pending buy signal on the weekly chart. So that's what we're kind of watching here. This week, we have a pending buy signal on the weekly chart. And you got the 200-week moving average up there at $21.80, right? From the all-time high up here at $67. It's possible the low is in. It's possible 89.5%, let's call it, was the correction. And that lasted from this January 2021. Here we are, almost January 2024, right? So almost a 3-yard correction, right? 3-year correction, 3-yard, almost a 3-year correction on Neo. What if the bottom is in? What if this is a buy signal on the weekly chart? What if price comes back up and retests 200-week moving average? These are a lot of what ifs, but this could be a good find here. Myrna and G-Rod. Maybe you guys are talking in the Discord, right? Or did you guys find this in the Discord? Are other people talking about it in the Discord? Let me know in the comments. That'd be awesome. What if it retests the 200-week moving average? It's been over a year and 3 months roughly, and that would be 136% potential move. And then if it regains it, we'll see after that. Let's take a look at is there any major gaps? Let's take a look there. No, not major gap there, I don't think. Let's see. That's probably a smaller gap from there to there. 6% gap there. Up there at about $10, right? Let's see if there's any other bigger major gaps. Let's see, here to there, that's a gap. Let's see. The market makers don't like gaps, right? 4%. Nothing to no, not any massive major gaps there. Doesn't look like. Let's see. That's about it. 4 to 6% gaps, not huge, right? So daily chart is still bullish. Weekly chart has a pending buy signal, right? So you've got shorter term targets that are probably going to be right around like probably close to target 1, probably close to target 2, target 3. Oh, that was a terrible line. That was a terrible line. And then if it breaks through all that, right, then you kind of be looking like that, and then challenging and taking out that pivot there. That's when you could say, okay, hey, then we're probably looking at a higher probability coming up and retesting the 200-week moving average up there. But until then, it's got to get through all these shorter term targets down here, break through resistance, probably put in a higher low at some point. Could take some time to play out, and then make a move to the upside after that. So that is NEO. One last thing to take a look at. Is there bullish divergence, right? Is there bullish divergence? Let's see. Yep, there's long-term bullish divergence. You could even go back all the way to long-term bullish divergence from back here, all the way back here. So yeah, it makes sense to me. There is long-term bullish divergence there. Good find over there, Myrna and G-Rod. What else? What else? Oh, ETC, Sear Art, ETC. Let's take a look at it. Crypto, ETC. Might have to flip the cap, flip the hat backwards. Smash the like button, smash the subscribe button if you want me to flip the hat backwards and keep doing more requests, or should we call it in 2 minutes here in just a moment? All right, let's take a look at ETC. We've got weekly chart. Had a buy signal, right? The weekly chart is still bullish. Retested the 200-week moving average. Had a buy signal back here at $18, currently at $22, right? Had hit an all-time high at 179. That's insane. 179 for Ethereum Classic, and it hasn't even regained the 200-week moving average. The daily chart came all the way back up and retested it today. So $24 and then got rejected. Still bullish on the daily, still bullish on the weekly chart. That's what we're kind of seeing here. And it hasn't even flipped ultra bullish yet. So could it in the near future? It's possible. Hope that helps here, Art. What else? Any other requests? You know, we could possibly take a look at Wolf if we don't have any other requests. Let's see. K-Web. Neo. Yeah, that looks about it for the requests. Let's see if there's any other ones. 959. Are we going to be able to take a look at Wolf without flipping the hat backwards? Let's see. Let's take a look at Wolf. There it is. Ultra bullish on the weekly chart. And all-time highs up here at $44. Hasn't retested 200-week moving average all the way since March 2022. Currently still ultra bullish. Can't really add too much more value. 200-week moving average is about $7.25. Currently ultra bullish on the weekly chart. Still trending upward. Flip, Bapster. Ooh, I don't know. G-Rod. Oh, I found Neo myself, but now saw peeps are talking about it in Discord. Awesome, Myrna. Awesome. Yes, found in Discord through you and Stu. Okay, awesome. Awesome, G-Rod. Crypto Stew over there, killing it every single day. Discord, flip. I don't know. Another great session. Jeff Lowe. Thank you, Jeff Lowe. Appreciate it. Appreciate you, Jeff Lowe. Still ultra bullish on Wolf. I think we're going to call it here. Not flipping the hat backwards. Got to put out another video today. Probably going to cover Bitcoin in a little bit more detail. So be on the lookout for that. Got to send out a newsletter. I got a couple newsletter charts I might post, just similar to PayPal. And we'll take a look at it over there. With that, thank you for all of your support. I appreciate you. Smash the like, smash subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow as this streak continues and we start a new 75 consecutive streak. Tomorrow will be day 3 in a row. All right. Talk to you later. Have a good day.